everyone. Greetings. Once again, greetings everyone. Greetings. The test live stream. You can see that's part of the Mercy segment here. That's new. You can see the bonus piece of information that is a title. Please note that. Welcome once again. My name is Chimoge. You can also call me Moge. Welcome to Chimoge's Comments. I'm testing here, streaming from Streamlabs. First time in over 2 years. This is good. All right, let me try flipping my phone. See what happens. It's not bad. Thank you, Streamlabs, for this stream. Okay, we're good. When I flip it, can't really see the time easily, but that's fine. Anyways, a test. That's live stream. Okay. First time I ever used Streamlabs on my phone. I'm no gonna expand forever my patrilineage and all their connections. Let us pray. Expand forever, may we all do well. Sons of neighbor, Kalai waltzing away from this place, the greatest man alive. Alright. This is good. Once again, my name is Chimoge. You can also call me Moge. Moge, M-A-O-G-E. Check out Moge. This is Chimoge's Comments. This is for, what can I say in a way that most people understand? Basically, many things, but the primary things I'll highlight now is for behind the scenes content, self-explanation, and debuting my new ideas. Let me say that. Moge is a subset of this. That's my personal YouTube channel. And again, metaphysically correct. This is to display my Ekwensu. What is that? If you want to be, it's not inaccurate to say. I'll go into this later. Ekwensu is, in my language, look up Igbo language, IGBO. That is the name for the god of war. And again, that term is complicated, but I'll just say that. That is not just some being that's outside of us. It makes up our components. Many negative aspects to it, but sometimes there's nothing, so you have to honor it. So, yeah, and by honor it, I mean you have to, just do things that acknowledge it exists. I'm not saying bow to, that's terrible. By the way, never pray to the god of war. I don't know if anyone does something like that. Anyway, whole point is, I'll go into that later, but basically, Ekwensu is a thing. If you want to say it another simple way, it's that which begins your thought. Think about it like this. Your first thought, or whatever you perceive as your first thought, is usually kind of ugly, and then you wake up and you go, what is that? And you start thinking for real. So that ugly first thought, that's Ekwensu. Anyway, so your personal sphere is a subset of Ekwensu for reasons I don't fully understand, but to just go with what I feel like saying now, which usually is at least a large part of the truth, if you're just looking at your personal stuff by yourself, that's weird because we're intertwined beings, so, that's part of Ekwensu. Anyway, I said a lot there. Just take that into account, but I'm just explaining what I'm doing here. This is part of my overall media company, Ozibenwuku, Ozibennwku. Where does that name come from? The first three letters, Ozi, that's part of the word message in my language. And then Ibenwuku, to say it quickly, that is my last name. Now that's complicated because my legal last name is just Ibe, I-B-E, just for what I'll call quickly historical family reasons. But for other historical family reasons, the longer last name, this is patrilineal now, not my matrilineal family, patrilineal. And of course the other one's my family. Patrilineal now is eBay Mocha, but again, that's not always in use just because, one, metaphysically, last names don't make sense, so almost no one has been using last names consistently for over like 150 years. If you do research, even in Europe, it wasn't a thing largely. But then too, especially in Africa, where my family's from, it's just not really a thing long term. But anyway, that's explaining that. When I founded my media company, I wanted the name to big up my patrilineage. Really, I was thinking of how to do it for my whole family, but I was just like, I don't know, that seems hard just because your whole family's not even related. Really, the best way to big up your entire family is just to be great yourself, because you are you're the reason that thing can even be called one thing, you know. Anyway, so I just used what I knew, and yeah, message of my patronage. Anyway, that's the idea. I have talked extensively about how my family has problems, and I guess I stand by everything I said. Unfortunately, nothing has changed, but you know, my family is not just the individuals who are bad, and then you know, I'm gonna have kids, so it will get better. Anyway, enough on that. Thank you very much. It's a test. Abu Mamadi Yoha, Abu Mamadi Yoha, Abu Monyegezenu, Abu Mamadi Yoha, Abu Mamadi Yoha, Abu Mamadi Yoha, Abu Kala Kaka, Abu Kala Nana Abu Anu Manu Kalakaka, Abu Anu Manu Madiyuha, Abu Mamadiyu Hamas, Abu Mamadiyu Kalakano. The name for the god of thunder in my matrilineal village, Ebem Ohafia. And that's just to say quickly so you understand, look that up, Kalu space AKANU. Really it's using all of Ohafia, which is I don't want to go into it too much. I hear a lot of people say I'm from Ohafia. It's not wrong, but Ohafia is not one village. Really, it's best to call that, in my language, uzo, like a way. How would I translate in English in a way people understand? It's not really nothing. We don't divide up land, like, in terms of thinking about an accurate way. But I don't want to dwell on that. The point is, it's just an area. There's villages in there. Anyway, that whole area, they use that term. They might other areas as well. But anyway, that's the name for the god of thunder. From my research, both, you know, looking at physical evidence and listening to spirits, and again, I know there's a lot of atheism out there. There's a lot of secularism out there. It's not logical to think that spirits don't exist and you can't contact them. Let me not dwell on that. But, you know, you can talk to spirits. I'll just give out a stat. 28% of people believe that they have a direct connection to God. Now, without going into how they describe it, that means 28% of people on this planet believe they can contact a quote-unquote spiritual entity. And then, as a side note, science does not contradict that logic. To go even deeper, it's commonly, I guess, rampant atheists and secularists would say that if you believe you can talk to spirits or anything like that, you're mentally ill. That's not true. One, that is not a criteria for mental illness. If you look up diagnostic criteria for mental illness, they'll never say you're mentally ill because you believe in God or anything like that. That's just not their criteria. Two, if you look at the type of mental illnesses that could potentially cause someone to have hallucinations and things of that nature, those only afflict, and again, this is in terms of people who've been diagnosed, about 6% of the population. This is really in the West. And then the stat I gave obviously is much larger than that. That statistic, I've looked it up, it's It's both for people in the West and then people worldwide. It's about 28% say they have a direct connection to God. So even if you're looking at people in the West, there's like 22% of people who could not overlap. The max overlap of those two statistics is 6%. That's in the West. Worldwide, it would be less than that. So all I'm saying is, and again, this doesn't mean that just because someone believes they can contact God or another spiritual entity, they're correct. Doesn't mean they're hearing correctly, whatever. But you can't just offhand say that person's talking nonsense. You have to investigate like any other source. Anyway, said a lot there. What's the point? Anyway, Kalai, the man, the greatest man alive, the man who overcomes sin. Let's see, there's another translation in there. The man of the hour, Kalai. So based on my research, both physical and spiritual, that name can be used to refer to all of the God of Thunder, which is a thing, one of the things that is at the base of all existence, but also most specifically can be used to refer to the first cycle, because it goes through 5 cycles and then produces an end product, which is the light of the world. There's a lot in there. Anyway, let me not say too much, because I haven't prepared my speech. I'm trying to not speak off the cuff too much, just so I don't waste my energy. Again, not that speaking off the cuff is necessarily bad, it's just, And then because of technological and really physical limitations of the world today, it shouldn't be there. If you're not speaking off the cuff, you have to use too many notes, so we just need to improve the world. But anyway, yeah. Anyway. Abu Mamadi Hamadi Hamas. God, how long have I been on you? 11:55. Lucky number. Let's make a wish. Let's grow energy on the planet. God, can you touch you? Can you do? Abum tetajugu. Yeah, to make it better. Let's awaken energy on the planet. Let's awaken the big monster. Let's awaken the father. Tetajugu. Abum tetajugu. God. Abum mamadi yohaman. Maybe I'll give the mercy. Give it more time. The title, that's what it is. Again, mercy, Ibera, grace, same thing. Also called a bonus piece of information and a bonus piece of information for higher development. What is the bonus piece of information? Do not overeat. Stop eating when you are full. Do not overeat. Stop eating when you are full. This is a simple one, but I'm giving it out because it's the so-called holiday season and a lot of people tend to overeat. So don't do that. Not necessary. Anyway. Abu Mamadi Yohaman. Abu Mamadi Yohaka. Akama Madi Yohaka. Hey, Akama Madi Yohaka. Maki la la la. La 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 la. Abu la la la. La la la. I want to get something to eat anyway. I think I'll make my leave. Once again, check out the title. That's the bonus piece of information. This is a test. From now on, whenever there's a test, I'll give out a mercy, because apparently test and mercy are part of the same thing, which is the love of the life, the God of thunder. Oshun, a.k.a. Venus, a.k.a. wife, a.k.a. mother, a.k.a. my language, Ainun, which can mean our greatness, also wife. To break it down, Ayn means like us. It's like yum, nice, our greatness, right there. Anyway, there's probably other meanings too. Again, the names of things, that's just a beginning point to understand it. But for a name to be accurate, how do I say it? Basically, the accuracy of a name is not just what you would read on a paper, even what you hear. You have to look at the thing in totality and then think of how that name makes you respond to it. It's just supposed to make you respond to it appropriately. But anyway, the whole point is test is apparently part of that. That's the final form of it, apparently. The third rhythm of the thing is always the final form. And then the fifth rhythm is the adoka, the expansion of the final form. Anyway, I know I said a lot there. I don't even have graphics. Forgive me, the graphics are coming. But yeah, whenever I'm doing a test or something, there'll be a mercy because the same thing. Anyway, do not overeat. Stop eating when you're full. Just do that. And don't worry, your stomach will be empty again later in the week. So don't think that every meal is your last. Alright, again, check out the description for ways to help yourself and me. Please buy my art. Again, art has practical uses as well. Keep that in mind. You know, if it stimulates your thought, improves your thought patterns, that's a health thing, and also just help you do things. You can also put it up and things like that to decorate, things of that nature. So buy my art on Patreon. You can buy individual art pieces, and if you subscribe, you have access to the art. If you subscribe on Fanbase as well, you get access to my art. If you subscribe on Patreon, there's additional membership benefits. Thank you, by the way, to the people who joined me today. I see you've registered 2 viewers. At least at the moment, I have 2 registered viewers. Thank you. Every view is appreciated. So you can subscribe. You can also buy merchandise. I have a merch shop here on Streamlabs. Also, there's merchandise available on Patreon. Merchandise is clothes, stickers, other things of that nature. And I'm going to be adding more. And then you can also donate. So you can donate on PayPal and Venmo at Ozibengoko, and you can donate on Cash App, $Ozibengoko. Thank you very much. Now let me see how I can log out. Muhammadi Yohama. Let's see. Okay. I think if I just tap the screen. Alright, see you later.